the chair, one of the things we didn't get to in the budget hearings, which I had planned to talk about if it came up, so yes, there are like buckets and blocks of hours that we have purchased that, yes, are going to go away. Are they going to go away tomorrow? If this is approved tonight, probably not. There's, still a transition period, but ultimately, yes, as a cycle, we would not be continuing to expend those. Aside from the S400, we're still going to pay our S400 money. But yes, that's a considerable chunk of the yearly cost here as well. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I think it was like 60%.
Further questions?
The chair, if I may, just so the council's aware, this is actually, Skynet is the same vendor that the district court uses. I mean, under a different name, but they've had great success over in court. As far as we know, we don't have any issues, so that was a big plus in their favor.
Any further discussion?
Okay, so if we're getting rid of 60% of the cost that we've been approving, there's still going to be a 40% in addition to this money of stuff. I know you said AS400, but there's other things that we're going to have to purchase as well.
Through the chair, so I mean, you still have manufacturer support that you're gonna continue to purchase and renew. So we pay an AS400 engineer through Data National, but we also pay IBM. It's actually minimal cost. IBM a yearly cost that if a hard drive fails, if a part fails on the AS400 itself, they will come out and replace it. So there's kind of those things vary throughout the city. The phone system is another one that we get direct support from the manufacturer. The card access to the doors, so swipe your badge going through. There's another one I can't think of off the top of my head, but there's a few of those, and I can certainly give you a breakdown of all that information. And like I said, it just didn't come up in budget hearing, so we didn't kind of deep dive into it.
What we'll do is as we move forward with MSP and ERP, we'll continue to keep you up to date on financial status, and if there's something renewing that we're going to choose not to expire, if there's savings built into ERP, MSP, we'll make sure that all of you understand, the financial end result of what you're going to be hopefully approving tonight.
Ryan, you're going to make certain that this does not become sentient like the Terminator. It so happens we're selecting Skynet.
Through the chair, I've had this reference like 18 times, and I still need to go watch the movie. It's on my list.
All right. Is there any other discussion? If not, we have a motion by Councilman Whitten, supported by Councilman Johnson. All in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no.
No.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Brandana?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Rose?
No.
Ms. Daniels? No. Ms. Clinton?
Yes.
Mr. Geis?
Yes.
Mr. Chair, I'd just like to add this is a huge step forward, so I appreciate your support in this matter. This is going to make things for our employees and our buildings, and even our residents, definitely help a long way, and this is part of a huge investment, and I appreciate you guys considering this.
Thank you. That brings us to items 7.20, which is a motion to approve Skynet Innovation sole source for 1,000 project engineering hours to complete new projects for an amount of $120,000 funded through ARPA General Fund Capital Outlay.
Motion?
Support.
Motion by Councilman Whitten, supported by Councilman Johnson. Is there any discussion? Councilman?
I'm assuming we'll see these projects like we normally would with anything that we approve, that these would get brought to us.
Through the chair, so this is kind of that same block of hours that we wouldn't bring individual projects. One of the things that I plan to do, being that I will actually have back office time instead of kind of running around the city, is be able to track and report on this in a very comprehensive manner. When I actually have the time, get pretty detailed in terms of project hours, how many hours were spent, what was completed, what was the outcome, what was the benefit. We keep that updated and report anytime it's
So we
requested.
can get a report on it. Perfect.
Yeah, I definitely want to be able to show at the end of, what did we spend $120,000 on? This is what we did, this is what we accomplished, this is how it benefit. And if we can get you, this is how much time we save the employee.
Councilman Brandon?
Could you give me a couple examples of some of the things that you were thinking about for this, or is this just when you think of it?
So I came up with a list that's honestly you know, that's one of the things too, I want to report on it, so when I come back and say, can you give me some more money? Okay, well, what did you do with the last bunch? Here's what we did, here's what we accomplished. So there's just a number of systems that need to be rebuilt. Everything here is legacy. I have tried to move the ball forward as much as I can, working with some ad hoc contracts, but it's not moving fast enough, so we decided to pivot and go this route. So the term net new is what comes up. So Skynet is going to come in, they're going to support what we have. And then if we want to install new systems, replace systems, upgrades, you know, that type of thing, we are going to move off of this virtual desktop system that is the bane of my existence and get to laptops, get to computers that work, Zoom works on, and just, I could go on for days. But, so like any of those, I have a list, I don't have it sitting in front of me, and if it's not in front of me, I'm not always good remembering, but I can send you that list that I have in an email. It is interesting, I'm happy to sit and explain any of those to you as well. Or anybody else who, you know, definitely certainly has any questions.
Any other questions? Hearing none, we have a motion by Councilman Witten, supported by Councilman Johnson. All in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Roll call, please.
Ms. Brandela?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Rhodes?
No.
Ms. Daniels? No. Ms. Winton?
Yes.
Mr. Geis?
Yes, motion passes 4-2. Brings us to item 7.21, which is a motion to approve the purchase of backup batteries for election tabulators from Dominion Voting Systems Incorporated, sole source state vendor, in the amount not to exceed $3,795 plus shipping, funds allocated through general fund, city clerk's election supplies.
Motion?
Support.
Motion by Councilman Brandale, supported by Councilman Johnson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Passes seven, motion carried. Item 7.22 is a motion to approve the issuance of a solicitor's permit to Active Environmental LLC for door-to-door sales of pest control services for a period of 8 months, valid through January 7th, 2025.
Motion?
Motion by Councilman Witten, supported by Councilman Brandana. Is there any discussion?
Chairman?
Councilman?
I reached out, I don't love this, I don't necessarily love the door-to-door, but it happens already, and the majority of people that go door-to-door don't do this, they don't apply. So I had talked with Clerk Bauer over the course of the last 2 days and checked that they are licensed for this business at the state of Michigan, because I think they checked the wrong box on their application. They've done everything, they've paid the fees for background checks. Again, I don't normally love this, but I commend the company for following our process because the majority don't. And so that's what I have to say about it. I don't necessarily love, you know, people coming door to door, but I think that it's allowed, we have a process, they followed it, they paid $500 plus dollars to make sure that the individuals were background checked. I guess my only question is if they violate something or we have complaints, do we have the ability to pull permission away?
Through the chair?
Madam Clerk?
Yes, we have done that in the past. We had another company that violated, if someone had something on their door that said, you know, no solicitors, or they were pushy, aggressive, we revoked their permit. Through the chair, I do agree with the councilwoman, if it is the pleasure of council to deny this and deny any moving forward, then I make a suggestion to change the ordinance, if that is allowable, to just not simply allow this because it is, quite frankly, wasting their time, their money, because this is not refundable. We have done the work. I ran 24 background checks, and they all passed. PD had to go through and approve those as well. So it's the company's money, their time, my time, and police department's time that's invested in this. And I agree, people do not like it. I don't like it. I don't want somebody knocking on my door. I have no soliciting sticker. If they ignore it and they get complaints, then you'll be hearing from me that we need to address revoking their license. But if not, and it's a pleasure, I know during COVID, we stopped it, and then it seemed like they were being denied, and I think that kind of detours a lot of people from applying because, quite frankly, they want their money back when it's over. But we've done nothing that was shocking.